Definitely, I am much more concerned about the education system at the moment. As an educator myself, I have so many students around the world. I truly believe that the whole academic education is not enough to provide the necessary training and the knowledge for young people to get them ready and prepare for what's coming up in the future. They're preparing for the past. Now, if your goal is to be an accountant, a lawyer, engineer, that's perfectly fine. I mean, you need to go through the process, the traditional education system. The challenge is a lot of those jobs that they are preparing for by the time they graduate, some of those jobs may not be available anymore. Some of them may be obsolete. Some of them are just a few years away from being replaced by AI or machine learning or robots. Before, we joke about, okay, I can always get a job at McDonald's. Well, don't be so sure. You look at McDonald's, where they're heading. You notice when you walk into a McDonald's, before they have all the cashier, and now you will see those kiosks, the self-checkout. You'll notice the trend is they're shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. How many people that they need in order to be a cashier, to work in the kitchen? It's only a matter of time where a lot of those jobs and functions will be replaced by robots and machines. That's where we're heading. Why? Because machine doesn't call in sick days. Machine can work 24 hours a day. You could have a couple of people operating and then they would function. It gives the corporation much more leverage. A machine doesn't have a union. Big company, that's what they do to cut costs and to run more efficiently. And that's for a capitalist society, and that's what happens. You like it, don't like it, you can bitch about it, you can comment below and complain about it, but that's just what's happening. What you could do as an individual is to prepare yourself. How do you make sure that you're equipped not just to survive, but thrive in this new economy, or what I call a skilled economy? We're no longer in the job economy. What used to work back then doesn't work now. See, think about back then. You go to school, you get good grades, you get a degree, you get a piece of paper, and then you will find a good company to work for, and that's fine, and you would climb the corporate ladder. The problem is things are happening so quickly. Maybe back then the company that was good may not be so good. They are now being disrupted by other new companies coming in, so that the whole job security is an illusion. The only thing you count on is your own skill set, meaning that you got your skill set, you know the value that you could provide in the marketplace, you're earning money with your intelligence and your skill set, what you could do versus just counting on a piece of paper. I mean, think about it. Comment below if you are a student or you just graduate. How's the job hunting so far? Were you able to find a job very, very quickly? Were you able to find the ideal job that you want very quickly? Or are you just still searching, still lost and not knowing what to do? So going to school, 4 years, 6 years, getting into tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, to most people it makes sense. They're still saying it makes sense. Your parents are telling you it makes sense, right? But somehow, my debt to me, think about it. How much the salary is today compared to how much school tuition. If you look at a trend, you study, I mean, the cost of education, academic education has gone up and up and up and up, yet the base salary has not gone up in parallel. You look at those numbers, you will know something is missing, something is wrong, versus having a skill set. And this is why I see idiots on social media. And it's not your fault. You've been brainwashed to think in a certain way. You've been brainwashed by society, by your parents, think a certain way. 4 years of school, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, no guarantee of any success or even getting a job. Even you do get one, how long it will take you to pay off your debt? Well, that is perfectly fine. That is the way to go. That is the ticket to success. And yet, taking an online course for a few $1,000s. Doesn't have to be from me. I know the fucking trolls were gonna say, oh, Dan, you're just trying to sell your course. I don't give a shit if you buy my course. Investing yourself, learning a skill for a few $1,000s for a few months, for 6 months, whatever it might be. Starting off not negative, not starting in debt, you're starting in just with the base. Well, somehow that's a scam. So self-education is a scam. Education that's overpriced with no guarantee of success, takes you 4 years, studying 90% of stuff that you're never gonna use. That's normal. That is sane. You tell me what is sane. So to prepare yourself, that's what I see. The ones who think, oh, by the time I graduate, I got that piece of paper, my life is set, you are fucked. But you don't have to do anything about it. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to my students who should listen to me and say, hey, you know what, that is not good enough. I need an alternative. I need to learn some new skills. Maybe by the time I graduate, my education didn't stop. My education just starts. It starts the moment I actually graduate, because now I can actually learn what is useful, what is practical, what is something that I could use right now that can put in the marketplace. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. It's up to you, right? However you want to lead your life, it's all up to you. What I'm saying is, it is idiotic, it is naive to think, or just let me study, let me do my thing, and that piece of paper will save you. It won't. Last 10 years compared to the next 10 years, the next 10 years will look nothing like the last 10 years. You talk about disrupting industries, you talk about technology, you think Uber is safe? As an Uber driver, I can always be an Uber driver. Are you sure? I'm counting the days Uber no longer uses the drivers. Then now what do? I could work at McDonald's. I'm counting the days McDonald's doesn't need as many people to operate. I'm counting the day all the franchises, all the fast foods, restaurants. You go to YouTube, you type in Alibaba hotel, you see Alibaba, they have developed a hotel, operates almost 100% by robots. Even checking in, cell phone, face recognition, your door, the kitchen, all of that, all robots. You only see a couple of people at not even front desk just greeting you. That's it, they run the whole hotel. Just think about that. And think about that multiplied to all the hotels around the world. How many people will lose their jobs? What are they gonna do? Go back to school? What are they gonna do? Comment below, share with me your thoughts. Job economy, skill economy, what are you doing to prepare yourself? What are you preparing for this new economy? Or maybe you're not doing anything. I don't know. Comment below.